when we evaluate rational functions, the first thing we want to remember is that something like 8 to the power of 5/3 can be written as both the cube root of 8 to the 5th power, or it can be written as the cube root of 8 all being raised to the 5th power. Now, obviously, if those are the same thing, we can evaluate it whichever way we want. We can either do 8 to the 5th power first and then find the cube root of that, or we can find the cube root of 8 first and then raise that to the 5th power. So I think pretty obviously the easier method here is going to be the second one, where we take the cube root of 8, which is 2, and then raise that to the 5th power. And 2 to the 5th power is 32. So the method we're normally going to want to use is we're going to want to do the root first, followed by the numerator of that exponent second. Right? So if we have something like 125 to the 2/3 power, we could first square 125 and then try and find the cube root of that. But it should be a lot easier if we first find the cube root of 125 and then square that number. So the cube root of 125 is 5. So it's just 5 squared, or 25. So same idea here. This could be either 32 cubed, and then we find the 5th root of that, or we could do the 5th root of 32 and then cube that. And the 5th root of 32 is just 2, because 2 times itself 5 times is 32. So we now have 2 cubed, or 8. And you should definitely remember, or at least be able to quickly figure out the powers of 2 and powers of 3. And it'd be good to know, cubes up to maybe 10 cubed, just to make your life easier in class. For 16 to the 3/2, we'll just square root 16 first, and then cube the result. So that'll be 4 cubed, or 64. And we'll just do one last one. If we want to do 81 to the 5/4 power, we'll find the 4th root of 81 first, and then raise that to the 5th power. And simple ones like 81, you should probably know too. The 4th root of 81 is just 3, because 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times another 3 is 81. So we've now got 3 to the 5th power. Well, we know 3 to the 4th is 81, so just multiply 81 by 3 to get 3 to the 5th, which is 243. And yeah, that's how we evaluate rational exponents. Almost always easier to just do the root part first.